Good morning, my name is Christine and I have been asked by Inspire to come and lead a Wellbeing yoga 45-minute class to mark World Mental Health Day. So we know there's a link between physical health and mental well-being. So yoga takes that a step further by uniting the body, the physical movement with the breath. So if you want to get comfortable in a seated position, and that can be a variety of different ways for different people. I'm going to sit like this. I have a blanket underneath my hips for a little bit of height, but you could sit with your knees underneath you. You could sit on top of your heels, but you could also sit in a chair. Just be comfortable. We're going to spend a few moments getting in tune with our breath. It's really important at the start of every yoga class to take a few moments out and to slow down and to breathe. With yoga, we breathe through our nostrils all of the time, if that's possible for you. So just lightly close your lips. You can close your eyes and take a long, deep inhale. Pause at the top of the inhale and just hold your breath before you slowly exhale through the nostrils again. Remember to relax the jaw. And it helps to rest one palm on your tummy and another on your chest. And as you inhale, allow your belly to inflate and push into the palm of your hand. Pause at the top of the breath. And as you exhale, draw the tummy in towards the spine and engage the muscles of the abdomen. So just take a few moments to tune into your breath, to allow the mind to quieten, and to give yourself over to the next 40 minutes or so of your yoga practice. Now we'll try and keep this breath up throughout the practice, but don't worry if you lose it. I'll keep adding wee cues to remind you. We'll begin just by taking your left hand out, spread your fingers wide and clench your fist. Keep your fist clenched and begin to rotate the wrist. All in line with your breathing. Pause the movement, pause your breath, and then rotate in the opposite direction. And then switch hands. Rotate. Lovely. Come into your left hands once more. Reach as far as you can with your fingertips. And as you inhale, raise your arm up overhead. Reach for the sky. Pause the movement, pause the breath, rotate your palm outwards and continue on the exhale to lower your hand back down behind you. Bend your elbow and repeat this process. Inhale up, pause, rotate, exhale down. And slow down the movement to match your breath. Pause here and we'll change directions. Inhale up, exhale lower. And switching hands, reach as far forward as you can. Inhale overhead, rotate and exhale down. Pause at the bottom and switch directions. Inhale up. Warming up the girdle of the shoulder. Exhale lower. Now bringing both hands in front, we'll repeat that. Reach, inhale overhead, pause, and exhale. Pause at this point and inhale, sweep up and back. One more. Okay, perfect. We're going to take the blanket away for a second, just put it to one side. Come and lie down on your mat. Extend your legs and just lift one leg off the mat and rotate the ankle. So we're going to warm up the ankle joint. Going in one direction. Tune into your breath. You could rest your hand on your belly. Switch directions. Relax the foot back down and switch legs. Pause the movement, pause your breath, switch directions. And exhale, gently lower your heel back down onto the mat. From here, I'm going to get you to draw your right knee into your chest. As you exhale, pull your knee in tighter and push the breath from your body. Just bounce it in and out. And then as you inhale, take your knee out to the right, as far as it'll go. Extend the foot. And on the exhale, draw it in again. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, draw it into the tummy. Pause here and we're going to switch directions. So inhale, extend it down. And exhale, draw it up. And in again. One more. Lovely. Rest that leg back down and come to the other knee. Bounce it in and out. Just explore the movement to begin with. And then as you exhale, use the thigh to really push the breath from deep in your body. And then inhale, drop it out to the left, extend, and exhale in. Pause here. Inhale, extend the leg, and exhale, draw it back in the opposite direction. Lovely. Now bring both knees in tight. You can interlace your fingers and hug them in tight. Slowly lift your forehead towards your knees and roll up in a wee ball. Tighten that tummy and spend a couple of breaths here. Have a wee roll about from side to side and massage your lower back muscles against the floor. And then very slowly, I'm going to get you to roll. And don't worry if you can't do this straight away. Take your time and begin to build up momentum by pushing your knees into the palms of your hand and using the weight of your legs to slowly draw you up to seated. Okay? From here, we're going to come to standing. And in yoga, we like to stand with our feet hip distance apart, okay, which means the kind of inner bones, not the outer. So just a small space between your feet. Lift your toes and try to spread them. Try to connect to each toe and spread them wide and set them down in the mat. Pull on the tops of your toes and grip your mat and rock back slightly on your heels. Go forward and back. And then find a midpoint where you're fully balanced, equally on toes and heels. Take your arms out by your sides and rotate the palms so they face forward. Draw your tummy in. Don't change or shift your pelvis in any way. Just draw the tummy muscles in. Lift the chest, lift the heart, and relax the shoulders. So just walk them down your spine. Your chin remains parallel to the floor. So you don't want your gaze to look up and you don't want to look down. You want to look dead straight ahead. And here, come back to the breath again. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. And now relax and come into your neutral stance. From here, we're going to come to the top of our mat, again with our feet just hip distance apart. Taking your right foot back a small step, so just about a foot or a foot and a half, and have your heels in line with one another. So my front heel, I could draw a line to my back heel. I don't want to be on two different paths, otherwise I'll lose my balance, okay? You can have a slight angle on your back foot as well, and then you rotate and you look straight forward. Lift those toes and set them down. Your arms are by your side, your chest is lifted. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Reach, and as you exhale, bend the front knee and slowly drop over your right foot. Let your head completely hang. Pause the movement, pause the breath, and then wait for your inhale and let it carry you back up to standing. Arms overhead. And simply repeat this movement. Completely in tune with your breath. Last one. Inhale to standing, and then as you exhale, step your back foot forward and lower your hands down by your sides. And then we just repeat that on the other side. I'll come to this end of the mat. So taking your left foot back, just a small step. Line up the heels with a slight angle on the back foot. Rotate so that you're looking dead straight forward, and inhale, arms up. Pause here and let the exhale lead you down into a forward fold. Drop your head, relax your neck. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale down. You can do this as many times as you like. And it's a really nice movement because it really allows you to marry the movement and your breath. So in a way, it becomes like a moving meditation. One more. Inhale up. And exhale, just step back, lower your hands. Now from here, we're going to get into a little bit more of yoga type poses that you may have heard of. And I'm going to just talk you through them so that you know how to set yourself up safely. Again, you start with your 2 feet hip distance apart. You take a longer stride back with your left leg than we did in the previous pose. Quite a long stride actually, maybe even a little bit longer. And again, the heels are lined up to one another for balance, it's very important. And the back foot has a slight angle. From here, I want you to concentrate on your back foot and pour the weight of your body into the side of your foot so that you can visibly see your arch lift. From here, the strength will start to run up the outside of the calf and right up the side of the IT band. So make that leg strong and secure. Tighten into the glute and you've set yourself up. Then you rotate and take your hip with you when you do this. Take your hand and gently guide your hip. It's not going to come all the way round, but just tell it rather than doing it from the upper body only. Take your hip with you. Look over your front right foot this time and bend your knee. And again here, be mindful that the knee does not go beyond the ankle, which is dangerous, okay? The reason being is that all the weight of your body is now in your knee and it is not able to travel down to the foot. So you have to either draw that knee back or take a wider stance with your back foot, okay? And mine never seems to be wide enough. One last thing to remember, take the front knee and bring it out to the right. Don't let it collapse into the center of the mat where it is lazy and not engaging in the pose, okay? Keep drawing it back. What you're looking for here is a sensation up your inner thigh where the muscle is now ping and alive. Now you're firm, you're steady, you feel secure. From here, you're looking ahead. Your arms are by your side like before, and as you inhale, you raise them up overhead. Warrior One pose. Welcome to Warrior One. And then find your breath here. Now that you've got everything in place, come back to that inhale, pause, exhale, pause. And it's nice to introduce a bit of movement at this point. So you can inhale, straighten your front leg and lower your arms. And as you exhale, drop down into the pose again. And then stay here in Warrior 1. And to move through into Warrior 2, you simply lower your arms to shoulder height and rotate to your right. So you're looking this way. Bring your arms out from your shoulders. The palms can be facing down, but I find it more uplifting and joyful when they're facing up. From here, keep an eye on this lazy muscle that wants to drop in. And this is Warrior 2. You're here, you're secure and you're grounded, but your upper body is lifting up towards the sky. And your arms are being pulled in opposite directions. So you are as big as you can possibly be. You are taking up space and you are enjoying it, I hope. Here, come back to your breath. And you can introduce that wee bit of movement as well. So inhale, arms up overhead, straighten the legs. Exhale, drop down. Brilliant. From here, we're going to go into reverse warrior and side angle pose. Again, we have the setup already. So it's just the upper body that we change. From here, look down the palm of your right hand to your fingertips. And as you inhale, drop the left side of your body and let your hands sweep along your leg. And raise your right hand up towards the sky. Reverse warrior pose. From here, as you exhale, have your forearm bent. And as you exhale, rock all the way forward. Rest that forearm on the bent knee, on the thigh, and reach up with the left hand. Use your breath again. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Last one. Really well done. Inhale. And come up into Warrior 2. As you exhale, relax your arms down by your sides. And you can come up on the heel of the right foot. Rotate the toes so they're now both facing forward. And just walk your heels and your toes. And your heels and your toes back together. So you come back safely. Okay? We'll take that again on the other side. So, maybe I should come to here. So, that same routine on the other side. Feet hip distance apart, toes spread, arms are by your side, chest is lifted. Take your right foot back, a long stride, okay? A short stride is just too short, but an overstride is also too stressful as well. So you have to get somewhere in the middle. Line up the heels and pour your attention into the side of your back foot. All the weight goes in there and the inner arch lifts. The side of the calf tightens. The kneecap lifts, if that makes sense for you. And your thigh tightens right up into this glute. That's that leg sorted. Rotate gently forward and come and pay attention to the front foot. Bend the knee to just above the ankle or just behind the ankle. And keep that knee out to the side so that the inner thigh is taking part in the pose as well. From here, you're ready. Arms are by your side. Inhale. Reach up for the sky with your fingertips. And then breathe. Add a little bit of movement. Pause here and then gently rotate to your right, arms outstretched from your shoulders into Warrior 2. Palms lifted. Take a breath or two here. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. And if you like, you can add a bit of a flow. One more. Making our way into reverse warrior. Look down the fingertips of the left hand. Inhale, sweep that arm up overhead and let the right hand rest on the right thigh. Bend the left forearm in preparation to exhale down into side angle pose. You can continue to sweep this right arm over and increase the stretch along the right side of the body. Last one. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, relax your hands down by your sides. And then rotate on the heel of the front foot so the toes are pointing forward. And then gently walk in and in, in and in. And back to safety. Perfect. So we've built up a little bit of heat. And we're feeling a bit more malleable, shall we say. So coming to a standing position again, feet hip distance apart, lift those toes, set them down, lift the chest, tuck the tummy, arms are by your side. And here, as you inhale, I want you to reach up overhead and I want you to slowly lift up on the toes. Try and fix your gaze on something very steady in front. And hold it here. Continue to breathe. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower back down onto your heels. And bend your elbows and just cup the opposite elbow with each hand. From here, it's very subtle. I want you to draw your elbows back beyond your ears and open up in the chest. If this isn't available to you for whatever reason, you can drop your arms to either side with the elbows bent and encourage the arms back and open up in the chest. You can look up. Any movement which opens the chest is uplifting and energizing. Any movement which is dropping down and into a forward fold is soothing and relaxing. So you can learn to read what you need, or you can just get a balance of everything. But a heart opener is an absolutely beautiful place to be. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bend your knees and slowly drop down into a forward fold. Let your head hang. Inhale and begin to straighten the legs, rest the hands on the thighs and continue to lift the spine and the crown of the head so that you think that your crown is in line with your tailbone. Exhale, drop down into forward fold again. Relax the head. And then inhale and slowly make your way up to standing. Now, if you don't have a long enough breath, you can stop halfway. Exhale and then continue with the inhale for the second half of the pose. If you're not used to yoga, you probably won't have a long enough breath to carry you up. So you adjust and you make amendment. We'll take that one more time. Chest is lifted, shoulders are relaxed, arms are out wide. Inhale, sweep up overhead, up on the tiptoes. Reach up, hold it here for a breath or two. Test yourself. How is my balance today? Inhale. And as you exhale, lower down onto the heels. Grab the opposite elbow and push back. Or drop the arms and push back. Look up to the sky. And get that lovely breath going again. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bend the knees and continue your journey down into a forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. And then taking your own sweet time, slowly, gently, make your way up to stand. Arms overhead, together in prayer pose, and exhale down in front of your heart space. Brilliant, well done. From here, we're going to do quite a common pose. Most people know it, tree pose. So we actually have our legs together, our feet together if you can. You're going to take your left foot and rotate it 90 degrees to the left. You come up on the toes and you can slide that foot back so the heel makes contact with the standing leg. This leg then becomes very firm because it is taking the weight of the whole body. Now this is tree option 1 if you like. From here, if your balance isn't very good, this is where you need to be and you want to work on it. You're still learning to balance. Bring your hands in front of your heart space, fix your gaze at something that doesn't move at eye level. And then inhale and increase the challenge by taking your arms up overhead. Again, stay here for as long as you like. But if you're feeling that you could take this a bit further, you might lift the left foot and place it against the inside of the shin. Now, please avoid the knee. So it goes over that nice wee rounded part of the shin and the arch of the foot just fits in there perfectly. Push the foot in and tighten that standing leg. And then you begin to really feel the challenge. So fix your gaze. Bring your hands to your heart space. And hold it here. The secret here is the tight glute on the right side. Not sure if I'm able to push it a little further. And you don't have to. You need to stay where you're going to be steady. But you also need a wee bit of a challenge. So you can decide. Now my right foot is working extremely hard. Exhale, lower down to your heart space. Drop your hands and drop your foot. Woo! And bring that right foot out and shake it all about. Bring it onto your mat, come over on the toes and massage it against the floor. The foot and the ankle have worked extremely hard to hold you here. And then we'll take that to the other side. So this time you're taking your right foot out, 90 degrees, and you choose which option. You can go through both and test yourself. You can hold on to a chair. You can have something here to feel more secure. Balance is something that you can work on. And it's unfortunately something if you lose, if you don't use. Drop your hands to your chest and maybe in time, you might take it to option number 2. Tuck that tummy. If you're able, take it up and overhead. And remember, trees do sway with the wind. They're not completely solid. Exhale and gently lower yourself back down. give yourself a little bit of love to that foot. Shake it, shake it. Brilliant. So from here we're going to come down to seated. Again, you might want to sit on a blanket with a little bit of height, okay, or a book or a cushion. From here, I'm going to take a seat and extend my legs straight out in front. You can also have a slight bend in your knees. It can be very hard on the hamstrings, this pose. So, depending on how you're feeling, and the option or the point of yoga is to be kind, okay, to yourself and to your body. It is not about pushing beyond where you should go, and you have to be the judge of that. So with a lovely straight spine, lift your chest and have your arms down by your sides. And as you inhale, reach up overhead. Bring the palms together in pear pose, and this is a little more difficult than having them shoulder distance apart. Wrap your thumbs around one another for grip and keep pushing skyward. So your whole upper body is continually lifting, and you're making space, constantly making space between the vertebrae of the spine. Come back to your breath, and as you inhale, pause, and then as you exhale with bent legs or straight legs, slowly lower yourself down. Release your hands onto the mat, onto your ankles, or maybe you can take a hold of your feet. But don't allow your spine to arch just yet. Keep it upright. So imagine the breath traveling from your tailbone up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, you deepen a little further into the fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, drop a little deeper. Until finally you can allow your head to bow in toward your knees. But keep sending the breath up the spine. Again, this is a very comforting pose for when you're feeling overwhelmed. On your inhale, slowly lift your chin, release your hands, and use them to walk yourself back up to seated. I'll take a wee twist here. So if you take your left heel as close into your sit bone as you can leave the leg here if that's good enough for you, or you can take it across the right thigh. These are all options, okay? From here, I'm going to get you to wrap your right arm around the outside of your knee. And I'm going to get you to lift and lengthen the spine. Don't let it curl and round. Lift up and then rotate to the left. Place your left hand behind your left hip, up on the fingertips, and encourage your spine even taller and straighter. From here, I don't really mind what the neck is doing. I don't really look over my left shoulder. I find it too much of a strain. I like to keep it in line with my chest bone, my breastplate. So I just hold it here. And I continue to breathe. Inhale, tummy inflates. Exhale, tummy draws in. Lovely. Inhale here, and as you exhale, slowly relax and unwind back to center. Take your foot across and extend that leg, and we'll just do the same on the other side. So bringing the right foot in, nice and tight into your sit bone. Now cross it over if you're able, and then wrap your left arm around the front of that knee and let the forearm encourage you a wee bit more into the twist. Sweep your right hand back behind you, up on the fingertips, and push up and get as tall as you can. And then breathe. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly relax and unwind. Bring your two legs out in front again, and we're going to neutralize that twist by repeating the movement we did at the start. So, bent legs or straight legs, completely up to you. I'm going to try straight legs this time, in which case I'll really firm up my legs and pull my toes in towards my body. Lift up in the spine. Arms are by your side, and as you inhale, you're reaching up. Bring them together in prayer pose. Wrap the thumbs around one another and continue to send your fingertips higher. Inhale. And as you exhale, just lower about a third of the way. Pause here. Inhale. Sending the breath up the spine. Exhale. Lower the second third. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, drop down for one last time. Allow the hands to come. They may reach the sides of the feet depending on length of legs, or ankles, or just down on your mat, but continue to lengthen the spine. Aim your chest towards your toes, until eventually you can allow your head to dip toward your legs. Lovely. Inhale, release your hands and walk slowly back up to seated. Really well done. So from here, we come to the nice part of yoga, the part we've all been waiting for, Shavasana. So, getting yourself, it's beautiful, the sun is out, so I don't need a blanket, but I might use it for my head. Be as comfortable as possible. Put on layers because your body will cool down. You don't want any distractions, you want to be as cozy as possible. I'm going to be the full length of my mat. I'm going to take my heels as wide as the corners of my mat, so my legs don't even touch. And I'm going to lie back. I can have my arms wide of the mat with the palms facing upwards, or can rest them on my tummy. And according to different days, you'll do different things. You can also have a bolster or a cushion underneath your knees, which is beautiful if you have any lower back issues. And you can lift up your lower back, tuck your tailbone under, and flatten your lower back against the mat. And extend your legs again. Make sure both hips are even, shoulders are even, and that the chin is slightly tucked. Let go of any breath work. Just come back to your natural rhythm. Your body will thank you for having taken part in a physical activity, so it will be in a great position to just lie and relax. Let go. Get heavy. Feel the muscles sink into the earth. Feel the weight of your bones, as if they would make an imprint on the grass. You're so heavy. Come to the throat area and soften the throat, and especially the jaw. You can open your jaw wide and release any stress or tension, but don't close it completely. Let it hang slightly ajar, and let your tongue float inside your body, inside your mouth, so it's not in contact with the cheeks or with the roof of the mouth. Lightly close your eyes, but feel your eyeballs sink down deep and heavy into your empty brain. Let your mind float. Today we'll go upwards beyond the clouds, so through the wet, misty clouds, up into the ether, where there's absolutely no sound and just a pale blue sky, endless in front of you. Spend a few moments here, completely disconnected. Spend as long as you like in this happy, peaceful place, and know that you can go back to it anytime you need to. But to draw yourself slowly out of Shavasana, deepen your breath. And start to tune in to the sounds around you in your environment. Don't let yourself get involved. Just acknowledge them and bring them into harmony. Slowly make your way down through the misty clouds. Look down into the beautiful world of green and blue. Continue your descent into the area that you live. Come to the street where you live. And come back into your own space. Be it your garden, your house. And slowly feel the physical weight of your body. Inhabit your body once more. Continue with a deep breath. And as you inhale, start to wriggle toes and feet. Rotate wrists and ankles. On an inhale, raise your arms up towards the sky and back behind you. Interlace the fingers. Push the palms inside out and push them away from you. Point the toes, flex the feet. And as you exhale, draw your knees into your chest and bring your arms through to meet. Hug your knees into your chest. And again, take a moment here to roll around to rotate the knees. Whatever feels right. Roll onto one side. Keep the eyes closed. And give yourself another breath or two here. You don't want to rush this process. When you're ready, use your inhale and push yourself back up to seated, keeping your eyes closed. Come into a comfortable seated position, be it on a cushion or a blanket. And correct that spine once more. Lift it up, chest forward, shoulders down and back. Hands can rest on your knees with the palms facing upwards. And tuck your chin slightly. Give yourself 2 full rounds of breath. Bringing your hands together in thanksgiving and gratitude for being able to do this practice. Open your eyes very slowly and just have a low gaze and adjust to your surroundings. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.